You hear that squealing? That's the sound of a Cessna 310 standing hard on the brakes. He's doing an uphill landing in half the runway because we're getting repaved. And just after it was finished, he was one of the first guys in. The day before, they were putting on the numbers and all the trucks were outside, and it's quite a lot of activity. Meanwhile, I'm going flying to take some local shots, so let's see how it goes. Jumping off on 1,900 feet with a Mooney. Well, hello. Welcome aboard. Today we're at 4 November, and we're doing a flight locally to take a few pictures of a farmer's market. The plane just got out of annual, and my challenge today is the airport's being repaved. As you can probably see with some of these flags up here, there's construction all over the place. So our 3,800-foot runways chopped down to about 1,900 feet, and we'll be departing to the south on the shortened runway. Not impossible, but a little bit. You got to be wide awake. It's an uphill runway, so that's another consideration. Certainly that'll make a difference with the landing. A little bit of a tricky situation taking off, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. With the Mooney, it's plenty of room for takeoff. In the absolute worst case scenario that I lose engine power partway through my takeoff, I'm hoping I can just hop over that barrier. The barrier is only about 3.5 feet high, and there's still good runway on the other side of it. So the worst case scenario is I got to jump over it, or I suppose go through it, which of course is something I don't want to do. But welcome on board. You're in the beautiful Hudson Valley flying with Cloudman, and we're going to go over to Stormville Airport, which is just a local airport, but it's going to be a pretty day to fly. Now, because the plane just went out of annual, I'm going to do an extra long run-up, and especially going to power up right now and make sure my brakes are working, because I'm certainly going to need them to come back in. I'll do a aggressive brake stop. Yep, feels good. Got new plugs in it, so it feels good. Feels like it's ready to fly. And my pressures are looking good, fuel pressure's looking good. Put her on takeoff flaps.
Mooney, we're going to do a run up here. It'll be another 2 minutes.
Okay, if you don't mind, then I'll hop off here and back taxi around you.
Perfect.
And Sky Acres traffic, Mooney's back taxiing runway 17.
Traffic, helicopter southeast.
I'm going to squeak every drop of runway I can get out of this. Boost is on. Let me line her up. And Mooney's departing 17 Sky Acres. And just about rotation speed and rotation. Good to go. Gear up. And flaps off, and take a good look at everything since this plane just came out of annual. Dial her back a little bit.
Look at the turn, left base, 2 on. Pull up. Oh, we can get another air, back up. Pull up. Looks at traffic, Skylane is crossing for 15 downwind, Kingston.
And Mooney's straight out 17 Sky Acres.
Sky Haven, be advised, over skydiving in 1 minute, 12,500, altitude over the airport.
There's another traffic out here. Can't spot him yet.
Kingston traffic, Skylane is left down 115 Kingston. 07 to the south and back.
Runway 1, proceed direct Kingston, VOR.
Direct Kingston, sure.
I'm going to go through the lean find on the JPI, squeak it on down to very efficient gas mileage on maneuvering, and I'll keep the cowl flaps open, keep everything cool. New York Mooney 88 Echo Foxtrot.
Mooney 88 Echo Foxtrot, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I'm over Stormville. I'm going to do some photography at 1,500 feet. Want to know if I can get flight following while I'm on target. Ident for 8 Echo Fox.
88 Echo Foxtrot, you're at contact 5 miles southeast of Poughkeepsie Airport, 1,800. Altimeter 29083.
83 for 8 Echo Fox. I'm going to continue to circle Stormville for another few minutes.
All right, and you're going to stay at 2,000?
Yep, within a couple of hundred feet. Air approach Mooney 88 Echo Foxtrot. I'm going to leave the subject now at Stormville and head back to Sky Acres.
8 Echo Fox, roger.
And I'll cancel this time at Squawk 12.
Yes, Fox, roger. Radar service terminated, Squawk 1200, frequency change approved. You have a good day.
You too, appreciate your help.
4510 Delta, New York.
451.
And as always, I'm following the JPI with pretty much factory settings because it's a primary instrument, so all my fuel and all my engine is here. I'm at 60% horsepower right now, and it allows me to fly low power with a lot of precision. So all the maneuvering I've been doing has been around 7 gallons an hour. Now that I'm climbing, I'm up around 9.5, but I'm keeping it all pretty dialed back because I'm just doing a local flight. All my temps look really good. So the new spark plugs seem to be working. And now I'm gonna get out of the way of any traffic and do a little bit of maneuvering, slow flight to get ready to go into a very short strip since I have to land at the first third of 4-4 November. And now it's the middle of the day and on the ground it's about 85 degrees. That's the bad news. The good news is it's an uphill landing, so I have a little bit of gravity to help me stop. And we're going to slow this guy right on down to approach speed and get a little bit comfortable with that for a few minutes.
RV, turning onto the 45 right downwind.
That's the best insurance you can give yourself, is be comfortable with slow flight. And this plane, 80 miles an hour is my target when I'm by myself, if I don't have passengers on board.
We'll look for the traffic. Okay, they're running tuning phase 24. Sullivan County Warrior 22 Mike is 4 to the east. We'll be overflying the field at about 4,000. We'll do a teardrop and enter the downwind for runway 33, Sullivan.
And bring it down to 1,500 pattern altitude as I come back into the airport. Okay, gears down and locked and checked. And Sky Acres traffic, Mooney's downwind for runway 17, Sky Acres. Now when I'm running low power like this,
Traffic 223 Tango Bravo is turning final for 17.
I can dial it right in to full pitch prop because I'm not even making 2200 RPM right at the moment. And Skyacres traffic, Mooney's entering the midfield, left downwind for 17, and I'll give you plenty of time to back taxi the Cessna.
Thank you.
Now as we pull around, you'll see the barrier up ahead. About 1/3 of the way up that hill where the dark color ends. That's the end of the runway I can use. So I usually keep a little altitude, but in this situation I'm going to drag it in with a little bit of power so I can drop it fast. And Mooney's final 17 Skyacres.
Next Skyline is cross on for left downwind 15 Kingston. And Sullivan County, type of word left base 33. Sullivan County behind the Mooney, we're doing touch and go, Sullivan.
Well, that's what you call a carrier landing, but got me down with plenty of room for this barrier, which I totally don't want to drive through.
King Stratus Skyline is left downwind 15 Kingston.
I had a combination of a quartering crosswind on my tail with 85 degrees. 85 right now in the plane's probably 90 down on the runway, so bottom line, I wanted to sit this plane down with a lot of weight on the wheels. So you might have noticed as soon as I rotated, I took the flaps off. That's not recommended. Of course, you could make a mistake and put the gear up, but in the Mooney, the gear's way up here and the flaps are way down here. And I'd rather have brakes. It's important, especially right now. Let's see, when I come around, well, we'll get up next to the windsock and I'll show you. So you can see I had the choice. Right now I have a pretty honest quartering,
left base 15 Kingston.
if not full downwind landing. But on the other hand, I was going uphill, which helped with my braking. I would prefer that. That's the choice I made. Not everybody would make the same choice, but I'd rather have gravity helping me out. Unless I really had a truly strong tailwind.
Calling your name all through my dreams, finding the light for this moment.